Hey guys, welcome back to the Physionic channel. Today I've got a really interesting video for you guys. It's very fascinating, at least it is to me. I certainly think it is. If you want to learn about your body and how your brain protects itself. Yeah, you heard that. Your brain protects itself during lifting, then you've come to the correct video. This is really cool. When I wrote this article a little while ago, but when I was writing it and I was learning more and more about it, it is really fascinating what your brain does to protect itself and really to protect you. If you want to separate those, you and your brain, then well, let's just get into the video. But if you're a lifter, especially if you're a power lifter, and you want to know, like, for example, when people kind of have nosebleeds from lifting, things like that, that's all going to be answered in this video, and we'll go into far more details into everything right now. Let's go. Let's do it. Have you ever seen these huge power lifters get under a bar and squat insane amounts of weight? You probably have, and if you haven't, you have now. But have you ever seen some of these lifters bleed during or after the lift? It happens, and it looks scary because in reality, it is. But your body is capable of incredible things. And protecting your brain so it doesn't explode under massive pressure is one of them. The Valsalva maneuver is the name given to the process of bearing down prior to lifting. In simple terms, a person holds their breath. Not entirely accurate, but good enough for us here. During this process, shouldering hundreds of pounds and kilograms, blood pressure can shoot up over 300 millimeters of mercury. Incredibly dangerous levels for the brain, which is filled with tiny vessels, veins, and arteries that are likely to hemorrhage if something isn't done. Luckily, your body is incredibly quick to respond and protects you in unbelievable ways. As blood pressure increases, as you get under a load, the brain's vessels dilate to allow faster blood flow at a lower pressure. Imagine putting your thumb over a hose. The pressure increases and you can feel the water pushing against your thumb. But once you let go, the pressure is decreased as more volume can go through the hole at any given moment. The same thing applies to your vessels. This is the simplest understanding of what occurs to protect your brain. But it isn't the only protective mechanism implemented. A physiological principle called the Monroe-Kelly principle dictates that the brain's pressure in the skull is adaptive based on three different facets. One, the brain itself. The second, blood volume through the veins and arteries. And the third is the cerebrospinal fluid that surrounds the brain. The latter two change to create a stable pressure environment for the brain. If the body is put under immense pressure, like in a heavy barbell squat, the brain modulates its own blood flow by reducing flow to itself via carotid baroreceptors. These receptors that sense blood pressure and communicate with the heart. However, this is not enough to protect the brain under extreme conditions. So cerebrospinal fluid is shuttled from around the brain into the spinal column. Both of these actions take place not to simply decrease pressure in the skull, but maintain stability between the pressure inside the vessels and the pressure outside of the vessels, as described by the physical principle named the Bernoulli principle. If pressure is uneven between the vessels and the skull space, the vessels could either collapse in on themselves or if pressure is greater within them compared to the counter pressure in the skull space, could hemorrhage, leading to blood spilling out of the brain, leading to bleeding from the nose as seen with some lifters. However, the danger is most prevalent when the pressure is suddenly released, as the body is in a pressure-resistant position, and having a sudden drop in pressure leads to the body to reverse its stance. Otherwise, the dangers outlined in the Bernoulli principle could be made a reality as well. It is during this time that individuals experience syncope, otherwise known as a temporary loss of consciousness and lightheadedness, as the brain readjusts vessel constriction, blood flow, and cerebrospinal fluid position. So, while you may be lifting unbelievable amounts of weight, your body is doing unbelievable things to maintain your health. I know I'm blown away by that. And that was the video. So, did I deliver? Did I deliver a really freaking awesome video on your brain and lifting? I was fascinated. I hope that you were too, because I couldn't get over it. I just thought that was so cool. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully it was informative for you, and I will hopefully have, I like to say hopefully, that it's like I hope for all these different things. I also hope, I wish you a very fantastic day. See you in the next one.